You shouldn't have been able to survive this.
Well, that's why I'm here, Doc. I have the best plastic surgeon in all of New York.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about Jigsaw. Oh, finally, the Punisher has a specific villain just for him, and it's the gnarly, maniacal, grim, gruesome-looking Jigsaw. And yeah, spoiler alert, I think this guy's really cool. So let's talk about him. First of all, he comes in the sort of classic sort of villain box now. It's kind of like we assume or associate these color designs with like the villains now, which I think is great. We had, was it the Zemnu wave? That was like the first villain wave. And now they're kind of continuing this motif with Jigsaw. Now, what we've got here with Jigsaw is a lot of reuse, but some nicely done extra features as well. First of all, the big main selling piece, I think, is the head sculpt. This Jigsaw is gruesome. He's hard to look at. Not like the garbage Jigsaw from the Netflix show, where I waited like 2 or 3 damn episodes in season 2 to see, oh, what does he look like under the bandages? And then it's like, oh, like you cut yourself shaving. Like, seriously? Whose decision was that? Anyway, I digress. This is what Jigsaw should look like, or from the gnarly Punisher Warzone movie, which is actually enjoyable trash, recommend that. This is exactly as grim and gruesome and gnarled and carved up as it should be. Massive can of coke to whoever was the designer for this face, because they've gone really hard with the little itty bitty details, and that's what makes all the difference. Every little line and scar, you've got the tape, the bandages pulling the cracks and the cuts together. That works so well. Then you got the big gnarly eye, which is all like the skin's pulled away. You got like the eyeball there. It could look a little more gruesome if they wanted to. They could have put a little more pink in the cuts, make it look more like the muscle and flesh underneath. They probably didn't want to go that ham. I mean, like, what are we, McFarlane? Get out of here. So they've kind of toned it down a little bit where it does look more like healed scars, which I think is kind of funny because on the box he looks a bit grimmer. There's a bit more color going on with the cartoon design on the box. Here they've gone for just like a darker wash. So they've done the face, and then all the little cracks are kind of filled in just with more of this dark skin color, which honestly, like, it works. I'm just saying it could be grimmer and grosser, and sometimes I like grim and gross. But just also the expression there, with all the gums and the gums exposed and the lips kind of pulled away, they just didn't shy away from being grim and gross, and I really respect him for that. Also, what's nice, I'm not that familiar with Punisher and Jigsaw, but he's got like the neck collar as well. And I didn't realize that apparently, yeah, like Punisher broke his neck when he was mangling his face, so he's got to wear that around there. And it's just a separate piece that can move and slip and slide, or you can pop his head off and take it off if you want to. But why would you? It's a good bit of extra detail. It's nice. Just sets him apart more as a unique kind of figure. What's not so unique, understandably, is the body. It's just Hammerhead. And that's fine. I mean, this is a lovely, lovely suit body. So it makes sense to reuse it. And it doesn't look out of place either. I thought at first, like, is it Hammerhead? Because wouldn't that be a bit too big? But nah, just works out fine. So this suit is great. The brilliant white looks really, really pretty. Then with the black details, the buttons, the pocket square, really makes it kind of jump out from your shelf, especially when you have him next to the Punisher, for example, who's decked all out in black, of course. Then you've got Jigsaw with the bright white. It's kind of like the good guy and the bad guy, the white hat and the black hat kind of reverse. So you got the big mean guy in the black and then the even meaner guy in the white. But then the other selling point for Jigsaw, and again, what kind of pushed me over the edge to get him, is the accessories. Got so many accessories here. A lot of reuse again as well, but it's decent reuse. So a lot of these are taken from the Punisher Deluxe figure. So you've got the aluminium baseball bat, which was originally a wooden baseball bat. Then, of course, what I really like, you got his 2 knives. His 2 gruesome butcher knives. They look really, really cool. Then also, of course, you got the machete. And the machete looks good. It looked like a good machete. Then finally, of course, you got the double barrel shotgun. And who doesn't love a good old boomstick? Now, this is wicked because also it comes with the two blast flash effects as well. And you've got the smoke too. So I'm posing him here in my hand with the smoke effects. I think that looks lovely. That looks really, really effective. One thing I couldn't quite get with the flash effects is that if you try to have them both on at the same time, they don't quite fit. They sort of end up pushing each other off to the side a little bit. I'm not sure if maybe you could jimmy them together, but it was a bit, they kind of like go out, which I guess is what a shotgun sort of does, but it doesn't look great. I think the smoke just drifting off of there, that looks really cool. One thing I was finding with this body is that it's a little difficult sometimes to get him in decent, just standing up straight type poses. Like the hips feel a little bit wonky, and like he's sort of like leaning at a bit of an angle most of the time. So it seems like, I don't know, I just can't quite. He feels like a little bit gummy, not like terribly, but it does feel like just like the plastic is a little soft. You know, and that's not a terrible thing, like particularly on his hands. His hands feel very soft and gummy, but that's not actually a problem because you want to be able to manipulate his fingers to get all the different weapons in there. The fact he's got the nice trigger finger to fit the shotgun beautifully, that's good stuff. So I ain't mad about that, alright? I ain't mad about that. But it just makes me realize that, like, okay, not all plastics are made the same. But what we do have here, ultimately, is a very nice figure. Being like Hammerhead, the suit jacket and the waistcoat are all one piece. So that you can't sort of pull that aside or anything. It would have been nice if you could do, but it's not a deal breaker. I'm always going to display him like this. So, I tell you what, let's do some figure comparisons. So here we've got Jigsaw with another gun-toting maniac in Crossbow, and of course the Kingpin of Crime, who looks huge when you put him next to these normal characters. Then we've got a couple more from the villains kind of line with Zemo and the Red Skull. I love both those figures, they're just amazing. Now of course we're going to pair him up with a couple of street-level heroes. So there's Punisher, Black Costume Spider-Man. They scale beautifully together. That all fits perfectly. And then there's Hammerhead in the similar but slightly different suit. At least the tie is different. Then Mezco Moon Knight, so you can see how different lines kind of stack up. Mezco and Legends, they always pair up really nicely. The scale is right there. Then Bronson Reed, because I'm just going to get silly now and show some different lines and figures. Got a little Necker Baxter, the beautiful Alley Viper. Oh, love that figure. Shredder, Green Ranger version, he's always a favorite. And then I'm going to throw in Sector, because why the heck not? So those were the figure comparisons, which is always a fun thing to do on these reviews. And a couple of people were asking, hey, white suit body? How about a Doc Ock kit bash? Would that work? And the answer is no. No, it would not. It seems that Dr. Octopus actually has a giant head. So it's a nice thought to do a white suit Doc Ock, but yeah, it doesn't quite go, unfortunately. So that's not something you necessarily want to try doing. But I mean, come on. This white suit body, gangster style, absolutely perfect for Jigsaw. So a wonderful addition, or first addition, to Punisher's Rogues Gallery. Because problem with Punisher is he kills everyone. So you don't have much of a Rogues Gallery. But what we do have now is represented beautifully by Jigsaw. Great figure. Really, really like him. We're 2 for 2. Jigsaw and Rhino. Hasbro, you keep beating me senseless with your prices and practices, and then you draw me back in with great quality action figures. Wow. What is a guy supposed to do? I suppose don't hate the player, love the game, and keep watching Model Behaviour. And folks, that does it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, well, you can do. All you got to do is just join the 6-1 clicks. And to do that, smash that like, share, and subscribe button. Really helps out the channel. And if you want to help out the channel even more because you're feeling super philanthropic, and why the heck wouldn't you? You can go over to patreon.com/displaying model behavior, throw a couple of bucks my way, and it helps keep the lights on and keep me in all this wonderful plastic. So guys, thank you so much. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Or sometimes not at all.